to be that the modern rider requires a lot from his or her motorcycle these days. They have to be so versatile. People want to be able to ride to work comfortably. They want to be able to scratch with their mates and get their knee down on the weekend, and also perhaps take the road less travelled. 3 motorcycles in one. Where are you going to get that for less than 10,000 bucks? Might just have the answer right here. The CFMOTO 700CL-X comes bulging at the seams with primo gear, with things like a ride-by-wire throttle, cruise control, 2 rider modes, LED lighting, a USB charger and adaptive lighting fitted as standard. What's happening under you is displayed on that round LCD screen, and there's 2 rider modes, Sport and Economy. CFMOTO has long been a global leader in the ATV world, and it's made quite a few motorcycles, but now it's stepped into the real world with a full power 700, the 700CL-X Heritage, and it's playing in the big league. Can it cut it down under? Can it cut it worldwide in the 2-wheeled market as it has done in the ATV world? Let's have a look. Where a bike like this works for me is in the environment we're entering now. Close in city stuff, and I'm about to head out to Chapel Street, which is kind of one of the icon streets of Melbourne. It's tight, there's trams all over the place. It's just pretty hard work on a motorcycle, and that's where these things make so much sense to me. Really light at the bars, nice geometry at the front, really light clutch pull, and just nice even power off the bottom. It's not ridiculously strong, it's not ridiculously over the top. It just works well in this sort of environment. Fueling's not perfect, however. Off the bottom, it's just got a little bit of a lump and a snatch. Of course, it's ride-by-wire throttle to Bosch fuel injection, and it's pretty good, but it's not what I'd call perfect. Just need to iron that out a little bit. Of course, most people will probably be more than happy with it, but as against the Super Primo kit, you can feel the difference. As you can see, info's pretty well displayed. I'm getting a signal for fuel there, and it's pretty clearly telling me, saying he put some fuel in me. But yeah, it's pretty easy to read. LCD rather than TFT, which we'd like to see. Hopefully later on that'll be a further addition, but really clear. I can see it well from here. The market is clearly calling out for bikes of this type. You've only got to look to the sports bike market, or the large sports bike market, litre bikes. They can't give them away at the moment, and that's because people are finally working out that you don't have to be head down, bum up, entirely uncomfortable to enjoy a quick experience. So, you know, mid-sized bikes are in, upright seating positions are in, and litre bikes are out. Who thought we'd ever say that? I still have to say, nothing makes me happier than blasting fast on a litre bike. But, you know, after about an hour, I'm going, time to go home. Yeah, they're long distance things. They're just not long distance beasts. Where I think bikes like this CFMOTO 700CL-X Heritage will shine is in amongst the fiscally conscious buyer. People are well aware of price now, and price is very important. With this bike coming in under $10,000, I think you'll get people that want to step into that middleweight naked market and not be lambs restricted, but at the same time might not want to spend the 13s, 14s and onwards that you can for some of these bikes. So I think it's well timed in regard to that. The bike stops reasonably. It has a single disc front end with J1 calipers. Now you might not have heard of them, I hadn't for a while either. They're actually made by Brembo in China and Spain. So It's a subsidiary, I guess that's the best way to put it. Now the brakes are good, if not startling. There's a lot of feel, no doubt about that. You can feel what's going on, but power isn't wonderful. Having said that, I've seen some bikes like this over-braked. Now that might sound odd, but they give up feel for power. And the nice thing about this one is that I can really feel what's going on. Now CFMOTO is a Chinese brand, and there's been some cultural cringe about Chinese brands. I can remember a few years ago when we used to laugh about certain car brands from Korea. We don't laugh anymore, do we? Market leaders.
The bike has a 693cc parallel twin that tosses up 55 kilowatts and 68 newton meters, backed up by a new Bosch fuel injection system, a slipper clutch and forged pistons. It goes hard and power wheelies are a cinch. At $9,490 right away, the CFMOTO 700CL-X is pretty ridiculously cheap. Try to get all that electronic fruit out of Europe or Japan for that quid and you'll be hard pressed. It's early days and time will tell, but it looks like there's going to be an almighty stoush in this mid-weight sector, and CFMOTO, as the great Paul Keating once said, is stripped down and ready to go.